Hi everyone, so today I have a video sponsored by Tonic Studios for their new die set. It's the Ribbon and Key gift box die set. Super cute. I do have a little image here I can show you. Obviously I had it there in the thumbnail or at the beginning in the titles. You can see kind of what the box is. Just a really inventive and cute box. So we'll just get right to it. They did send these items free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. Like I said, I get samples, so yours will be on a magnetic sheet in a plastic pouch with some inspo, some instruction, and things like that. So it's always done really nicely, of course. And I always hear from you guys about their packaging that it's really, really amazing. It feels really luxurious, like nice, right? And so that's always great. I do want to show you a quick picture though, just in case you didn't see the thumbnail and you just want to refer back to that. So we're making this cute little box here, and again, it's Ribbon and Key gift box. So what happens is it has like this little slider bit here, and you're going to slide that out because that kind of locks it, right? And makes it so it doesn't open. And then when it opens up, either side here, it has like a ribbon effect to it. There's a ribbon there holding it. I know it's not in the image here, but we will definitely work on that today. Actually, it's down here. Hello, right there, the little ribbon that kind of pulls it shut and all that. So really cute, really sweet. Excuse me, what I'll first do is measure some of the dies so that we have an idea, you know, whatever machine you might have that cuts thin metal dies. So this is the largest one I can see here. So edge to edge, it is just under 6 inches, so like 5 7/8 of an inch. And the other direction, again, very cutting edge to very cutting edge, it is 4 3/4. So 4 3/4 by just under 6 inches. And then the rest of the dies are smaller than that, of course. So, I mean, tons going on here. You have all these different inlays. So you have panels or matte layers, inlays for literally every area here. This inlay here and this one here would go into this position if you like to use those instead of like this flourish. It's more of like a panel, like netting, I don't know, with a little bit of flourish. Like you can see here, kind of maybe like a trellis kind of thing. Beautiful, like sunflower looking flower there. This one has the embossing, and it cuts the center, of course. When we get to the box and making it, you'll see what this is about. But we have all the sides, of course, there. We have these special pieces. They also have pieces that are inlays. You can switch it out again for like these guys. Actually, I shouldn't say they're inlays. They're matte layers. They already have the inlay in them. Different portions, again, even that has the decorative element to it. We have this cute tag here. It's like a circle tag with like little stitching, and then it has this one that you can pop in there too that does the embossing. This is love, from me to you, and let's see if I can key to your heart. So key to your heart on that one. Again, a really cute way to top it off and finish it off. And then we have this, which is the key, right? This is that slider portion that is really gorgeous. I love all the embossing on that. It looks really nice. So I'm going to do is grab some papers, peruse the instruction right quick, and we will get right to it. Several sheets of some nice heavyweight black paper, so that'll be our box base, and then of course the decorations and decorative panels we'll do later, so I'll pick out some other things. I'm thinking maybe white and maybe gold, maybe silver, we'll see. Alright, so outer panel, this guy, we need 2. So we're going to cut 2 of these guys out. They have the score lines, everything's good to go. 2 of this. The inner box panel looks like this, and I'm just going along with the instructions. Again, yours will be printed out and larger and really nice there, in color and all that. Actually in color on the carrier and the back, I think it is black and white. But we have this, and we need 4 of this guy. Okay, so 2, 4. The base panel is this guy. We only need 1. Okay. We do need 4 of the key, but I'll probably just wait on that one for a little minute. You're going to cut out 4 of them, just layer them up on top of each other, glue them together so that they're nice and sturdy. So, you know, I might, like I said, cut that one later. We need a shelf side, which are these guys. So here you have these 2 that are layered together. It's the smaller one that has a little hole for your ribbon. So of course I'm going to grab some ribbon also. It looks like roughly 1/2 inch ribbon, maybe a little smaller than that. But we need 2 of this one. As far as the top panel, which is this guy, the one that's right outside of the other one, we need 2 of this one. And then what they have, they call it the slot panel. Yes, is this guy. And we need 2 of this one. So this I had to take a quick pause. So again, this is what they're calling the slot panel, and you need 2 of this. I believe this is where the little key is going to slide in and out of. Yeah, so there you have that. And then you do need aperture. This is the very top part of your box. When it opens up, you have this area. So we need one of these. You know, do you want this to be a same color, maybe a coordinating color? You can choose to cut that out of a different paper right now. But I'm going to keep it all black just so it's all the same. So I have just one of those. And then the shelf panel, and you need 2 of that. And I'm doing it all at once, like I said, all of those base pieces. We have all these decorative items that we'll play with soon. But this one, we need 2. So out of the black paper, I'm cutting all of these things, and I'll be right back. Real quick, guys, I just want to show you, you only need 2 of this guy, the 2 that were kind of nested together, right? 2 of those and 2 of this main piece. And I was able to get them all on one A2 size piece of paper. I just took the top off. So I did this guy, and a couple others nested right next to it, and then I did the large one again, a couple others nested right next to it, and the only 2 of them. So on one page I was able to get, you know, half the box pieces done. So I'll continue on. Okay, so quickly I just want to show you, it took about 2 full pages, and then just these last 2 cuts on this one. So just to give you an idea, this is a 2 size paper. I'll put these back in just a minute. So we're just going to start with our assembly. Now I like to score things first, but you know, you can do this however you like. The first thing, actually number 2, because the first thing is to die cut, is to glue the 2 shelf panels at the base, and that is these guys. So we have 2 of this, we have 2 of this, 1 of this base here, 1 of the aperture, 2 of the other little bits, right? So this one that has like a little piece cut out, 2 of the one that is a little bit larger than that guy, 2 of the ones that are the slider kind of holder, and then 4 of this. So this is the only one that we have a 4 of, and they look like this, right? They have the little piece out there. Okay, so these 2 we're going to glue together, and again, I'm just going to go ahead and take a moment to score on the lines, just because I like to do that prior, but you know, however it is that you like. So let me just get those going real quick. And then we're going to glue the bases together in opposite direction, like that, right? So that they nestle in together. So let's get my glue and do that. I think it's going to be a really fun one. I love this kind of thing. Let's see here. And again, I always make sure it's not interfering, so just right on the edge of those guys. Hold that together for a minute, and I'll be right back. So, step 3, it just says to go ahead and glue the glue tabs in. And then we're going to have a little reinforcement piece that's also how we're going to hold the ribbon. So I went ahead and grabbed some ribbon, and when I went to get the ribbon, I was like, oh, I have all kinds of ribbons that have like Merry Christmas, you know, Happy Valentine's Day, things like that. How cute would that be? Happy Halloween. So you can customize your ribbon for the occasion. Be really sweet. Okay, so those 2, obviously I glued those, and I'm gonna put a little glue here and a little glue here and hold those down, and we have our little box set up and ready to go for continuing on with step 3. So we have our little inner box. I want to see if they're calling it something different. With your shelf side die cuts, so shelf. I just wanted to differentiate that from the outer box. Obviously it's shorter, but we are going to put our ribbon. So I just went through, and I had mentioned maybe I'll do mine in white and gold, and I found this and I thought, oh, that'll go if we're using gold. So let me open this guy up, pretty sure you got it going. There we go, easy enough. And it says you need 2 links that are about 4 inches long. So let me grab some scissors. And generally I like to singe the ends of my ribbon just so that it doesn't fray. So about 4 inches, and that was 4 inches on that one, and possibly 4 inches on that one. So it's not too much ribbon there. Not great. There we go. Okay. Scissors could be a little sharper there, and I like to singe them, so I'm going to grab, I was gonna say, I know I always have one nearby. You definitely do not want to do this if your ribbon is cotton, but if it's polyester kind of stuff, you can definitely do this. And just to finish those edges, I don't think any of them are going to show, but I just don't want them to be like fraying while I'm working with them. And So you're going to take a piece and you're going to take it into one of the slots. So you have a slot on either side, and you're just going to glue that down. Excuse me. And it does say to glue it in, so I'm going to put a little glue in it, you know, just like right here, because you're going to trap it anyway with this, with this little cover. So I'm just putting a little glue, and it says to bring it in like 1/3 of an inch, you know. That's roughly 1/3 of an inch, I would say. And let's see here. Yeah. So what's interesting is that this is, it's just in from the outside in here. And you're thinking, well, at least I was thinking, like, how's this if this doesn't string through here? It's not really about the ribbon at this point for this opening. It'll be for like the key part, so don't worry about that. And so what I'm going to do on this part is put glue all over this, and then I'll repeat it on the other side. So put glue, because we don't want this opening up. And I put some extra to reinforce this. We're not threading this at all. I'm just getting that out of the way. And all we're going to do is bring this guy in to cover up in here, okay? So, sorry, I gotta bring it closer to me. I'll show you what I'm doing in just a second. I'm just matching up the opening. So the opening is actually there. Hopefully you can see that. So again, the ribbon has nothing to do with it. It's just sitting out here, okay? So from outside in, just about 1/3 inch glued down, and then you're just placing this over. So you're not threading this into that hole or anything like that, okay? And I will do the same thing on the other side. So again, I just want to show you from the inside, it looks like this. If you pull it back, there's nothing there. And then the ribbon's on the outside. And I'll do the same thing on the opposite side. That's getting sturdy. So that we have, again, these pieces are just hanging around the outside with that opening, okay? So we're going to put this to the side and let that firm up. The next step would be to glue together your keys, but like I said, I'm not going to put the key together till the end so we can focus just on the box. So the next thing is these 4 guys right here. So I put this to the side. These 4 funky looking little guys here, we are going to glue together, but again, I'm going to go ahead and score this. I want to see something. I don't know if these stay sticking up or not. It looks like they do not. So this will be something we work with later, but for right now, I'm just going to score the glue tabs, okay? And I'll be right back. I also need this base piece. Sorry, I should have brought that out when I brought out the other 4, because they need to glue to something, right? And I scored that up too. So we have our 4 sides, and this is all scored up. I'm going to turn this over so that the cut side, like the side that was nice where the die cut in, is facing up. And I'm going to glue these guys on. And again, nice side facing up so you can see the score line from before. Something about this reminds me of Batman, I guess those little ears. So just basically right on the edge there, you know, of the score line. So it's nice and flat. And again, I scored mine because that's what I wanted to do. You can leave yours flat and score them afterwards, but I just find it easier to have them ready scored. Okay, so I'm going to go around and adhere all 4. This one here, and this one here. Okay guys, it looks something like this. And this is what they're calling the inner box. So we have our little shelf, the inner box, and then the outer kind of covering. So that's what makes it just like a fun, interesting box. And now they're saying in step 6 is to go ahead and glue the glue tabs. So these guys. And again, that's why I score them. It does say in step 6 to go ahead and score all the lines, you know, fold all the score lines and then glue it together. But I already did that because it just seems easier to me to have them ready to go. So I'm just smoothing that out right on that score line. Right? And then, of course, glue here. So each of the long glue tabs we're putting some glue and adhering them. It is a long side, so that's kind of why I laid it down. It's hard for me to kind of get in there like this, so I'm just going to put it here and use my hand to make sure it makes good contact. And when I get to the very last one, I'll just use like a scoring tool or bone folder or something to kind of get in there and make sure these are adhering, right? Okay, so glue on this long tab, glue it, and glue on this long tab, and glue it. It's a really nice size little box. I was able to just get my hand in there and just make sure all the sides are adhered. Okay, so it says on step 6 also, again, we just made this box. Place your assembled shelf into your newly formed inner box. The box looks pretty much symmetrical, so I don't think it matters one way or the other where these little guys are. So I'm just going to pop it in. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And then, let's see. glue the 2 outer panel die cuts. So let me read it a little bit further in, but basically we're going to glue these guys out here, right? One on one side, one on the other side. So, and I'm doing it just the way the picture shows. And actually the key might not even go into this area. Anyhow, I just designed it the way they showed, so we'll just leave it there. And let me go ahead and score these guys. And if for some reason I have to do something different with the ribbon, if it makes more sense, then I will do that, but we will talk about that when we get there, okay? So let's just score these guys and all the lines. Okay, I'll score the other one too, and I will be right back. Those 2 scored. I am going to say, looking forward in the instructions, it does look like they put the ribbon back through those little slits. If you look at the way it looks in this picture and the way it looks here, but they're kind of... This one does look like it's on the outside, and that one does look like it's on the inside coming out. So I don't think it makes a difference, to be honest, if you want to string this through that back side so it pulls up on the inside, or if it pulls up on this outside. I don't think it matters. But the pictures are a little different, right? It's showing 2 different things, at least in my opinion, or at least the way I'm seeing it with my eyeballs. I don't know. Okay, so again, like I said, I'm going to do this like the picture. So these guys are here, and I'm going to put these guys on the ends here. But I'm not sure that it makes a difference. It probably does though. So let's go ahead and just do it the way they're showing. So this guy can go here. And again, I just want to make sure this can close and not be like too close on that score line. Okay. And then same thing on this side. And this is the rough cut side that I'm putting glue on, okay? So the other side is where the die came in really nicely. And we're going to put that over here, and again, just making sure it's nice and even, and that I can still close it. This looks very interesting. The reason it has these little tabs on the top is because we're going to lay them down, and we're going to glue these things there, and these other portions. So that's kind of what you're looking at right now. I'm going to let that set up before we move on to the next step, just so that it's nice and sturdy and ready to go. But basically, we're going to close this box up over this in just a minute. Okay, so we're almost there. So we can now score these guys in. I could have scored them before and then did this, but I'm going to take a moment to score all 4 nice and flat. So I'm going to go in, score them, and score these. Okay? Actually, I'm almost done. We'll just do it together. And then this guy, and this guy. Okay, so what happens now is we're going to glue these together, these little corners, right? So all it is laying one triangle over the other, okay, on all of them. So that one, and this one, and this one. And I'll be right back. It's coming together. Okay, so we're going to bring these guys out, and what we're going to do is put this aperture here, okay? But this string, or not string, but the ribbon needs to be free. So hopefully you can see that. So what I'm going to do is just put some glue. I think it just goes to the aperture portion. Yeah. Okay. So glue on all the corners. And actually I probably should have put on the corners of the aperture because it is a little bit smaller than what we have going on here, but that's okay. Make sure this is out. And make sure this is out. And then we'll glue this on. And I'm just centering it the best I can. And I'm just going to hold them down. Right, so that they're making contact, and I'll be right back. Set up. We'll go ahead and move on to step 8. I know usually I just kind of go through the motions and I make the things, and when I have the instructions in front of me, I want to give you the numbers so that when you have this at home, you'll see kind of where I'm at. So basically, step 8 just says to adhere these guys, these very side bits. We want to glue our glue tabs. And then the magic is almost there. Hold on. So we're going to put these guys together. So right up against the side, nice and square. And again, same thing for this side, and I'll do the same thing on the opposite side, just putting those glue tabs so that they make that little box kind of shape, right? And I'll do the same thing on this side. Just glue that together. Goodness, you guys, we're almost there. So you might still be wondering what this is about. So basically, this is going to come up like this when these doors open. I started with this one, so I'll start with this one now. Leave these flat. And this is step 9, and basically it says to bring this up like this, and whatever you have left here that leaves it flat that can also glue that, go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it all at once. We have the other panel that's going to sit on top of this, so I'm going to make this as easy for myself as I can. We have that. I'm going to put a little extra glue on this side. And basically leaving this flat, picking this up. How much, ribbon do I have here to have that happen? I have about that much. I'm going to eyeball to make sure it's kind of, in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and bring my other piece over to help me hold that down. And I think that's just the best way of doing it. Unless you want to use double-sided tape that helps you hold it really fast, and then you still use glue to help you adhere it. But that's basically it. And I'm kind of letting it fall back down just to help me out. And I'm going to hold this together, okay guys? And I'm essentially going to do the same thing on the other side. Just make sure my box is all the way up. This is flat down, and how much ribbon do I have to glue on this outer piece? And then have that guy on top. So it looks something like this, and I'm being very gentle with it because it's still wet. But now when you bring this in, this can drop back in and close, right? So what they're showing you here is that they wanted you to go ahead and put glue. So glue it down and then close it, and then go ahead and put the strip that I put, and then put your little portion that holds your key. I did it a little bit differently. It just seemed easier for me, but if you want to follow the instructions, then that's what you're going to do, is glue that, close it, and then put your top pieces, and literally that's it. And then we have our key. So we haven't worked on the key yet, but let's go ahead and work on this last part. So we have these guys. As you can see, it kind of closes up like that. And there you go. Again, I'm being super delicate right now because it's wet, but when you go to open it, as you pull it, I'm going to hold on to this. It brings the little box up. I don't know if you see the box coming up. And the other reason that key kind of sits in there and keep it, it'll keep it closed, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. Okay, so with this piece, all we're doing is it has a couple different little marks. Basically, it's making a space for your key. So I'm going to fold it on the very inner two pieces. So your key locks the top, but then that same key will keep this from falling down. You can place it in there. I don't know how to explain it until we do it. Okay, so then this one pushes in. Should make like a groove, like a space, right? On those two score lines. Let me get this other one. There we go. And then this guy, I'm going to push it in like that. And it looks like they want you to glue it like this, so the circular round piece is out. Okay, hopefully you can see that. And we're not gluing that middle section, right? That would defeat the purpose. So we're just putting glue on this very edge piece here, and this one here, completely avoiding the middle and, where it's spaced there. And let me see how this fits. Okay, perfect. So yeah, once you scrunch it, it basically covers that piece that we just did. That portion that we put on here, this black panel, it's edge to edge. Okay, so we have that. Again, this is open. And I'll do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to go ahead and scrunch it so it has that little divot area, and I'll glue it on this side. As I glue the second piece down, I'm just really making sure that these are lined up together so that way our key will go right in there, and that'll be really nice. This is going to be super sturdy, you guys, and now we're just ready for our decoration. So of course, whatever matte layers, maybe just some pattern paper you're using, or obviously the decorative inlays, all that kind of fun stuff we will definitely do in this next part here. But I do want to cut the key first. So I think I'm going to make my key out of gold paper, but then I do have some black paper left over, and it's really thick black paper, so I don't know that I need to layer up 4 of them. So what I'm going to do is cut one out of gold paper. Let me grab the key, actually. I'll cut this one from gold paper, and then I was trying to see if I had the gold paper to show you guys. Ooh, I have some really shiny gold. I was thinking about matte gold. I'll probably use this matte gold, so I'm going to run that through. And then, like I said, I have really thick black paper. I even have some pieces left over from when we were die cutting, like this piece. I can probably cut another one there. So I'll cut 2 out of the black paper because I think that's going to be thick enough. And I'll be right back. Show you, I was like, oh, it's not really going to fit. It's hanging off the edge. But look at this area right here. It totally accommodates that little scrolly area, and good to go. So again, love to use every scrap. All right, I'll be back. So we have our little box here. I did run these through 3 pieces, and what I think I'm going to do, I did 2 black that were just kind of extra from paper there. They're the embossing. I'm going to glue them together, like wrong side to wrong side, and then the gold one on top, so that the key looks nice on both sides. So we're just going to glue these guys together. And I'm going to lay something heavy on top of them so they kind of flatten out a little bit, so that for sure they'll go into that slotted area. So I'm gonna put a little glue here, but I'm probably going to, well, you know what, they're not that skinny, these areas. I was gonna put glue on the back of my hand, but I don't think I need to. Yeah, we got that there. And like I said, wrong side to wrong side on that one. Clean up some of that glue. And I'll do the same, put some glue on this gold one and put it right in here, and then I'm just going to put something heavy on top to keep them nice and flat, okay? And I'll be back. Flat. We can go ahead and start cutting the decorative areas. So we have this, we have areas there, we have this, you know, on both sides. We have the top bits you can also decorate, and when you open it up, I believe there's a die that goes in here too to decorate. So, you know, decorate as much or as little as you like, but let's check this out again. Oh, look at that. It's so cute. Okay. Like I said, so the sides, and then this little area that you see it's kind of decorated in there, right underneath is from a little die that's very special for that area. And then again, you know, maybe pattern papers, maybe doubling up backgrounds and, you know, inlays, or just the background, however it is that you, just the inlays. There's lots of ways to mix and match that. I think I said I was going to go with a white and gold look, so what I'm going to do is that. So we have these guys, and again, these different inlays. I think I'm going to do this from white paper. These are the little edges, or the pieces that kind of go in here. So if you want to decorate that, you can definitely do that, or you can just leave it not decorated. But all these base pieces, so I need 2 of this, 2 of that. There's a left and a right of these guys, so that's good to have. And we'll need 2 of each, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, these bits. So, okay, so you have this piece, and you can see this is an inlay that's already done. There's an inlay, which is what we'll use, since I'm probably going to use these swirly kind of effects, so I need these guys. But the background pieces for that are over here. So, this guy and this guy, we need 2 of each, and this little middle piece. So those are the pieces that cover in here, right? Like that. I don't know if that's the right one. Yeah, there you go. And this one. So 2 of each, 2 of each, 2 of each. And these are all just the background pieces. So I'm going to run these through in pairs from white paper. And then I love that on these guys, it's just the pieces already ready to go. So I'll come back to cut these guys out of gold. Those guys don't have an inlay, they're just ready. That one's the last piece for the top part, that little section in the middle. On the inside box you have that piece, and then these guys are inlays where I'll tape them down. So I'll be right back with the white base pieces. So I have all of those pieces again, and I ran through as many at the same time, so however big your die cutting machine is, that way you can get it done in a couple passes, you know. Okay, so we have those, and then I'm going to put them back, the ones I will need to put back with these guys. I'm going to use this one and this one. I need 2 of each of these, so that's the decorative topper. And so these guys, really great. They're just ready to go. And with these guys, I'm going to take the same piece we just used. I'm going to put this on my gold paper. Ooh, is it a certain way? Oh, interesting. It looked like really square to me, but it's a little bit rectangular, I suppose, because as you saw, it didn't really fit the other way. I'm going to tape those together on my paper and run them through for the decorative layer for this, and then the decorative layers for these guys. Maybe this one, right? So run those through, and I will be right back. All my pieces here, just running one last through, and I just want to show you how like nice and clean these come out. And look at that. So all I'm going to do is glue the pieces together, and of course paying attention to that one's a slightly, like I said, rectangular on this, so it's a little bit longer than it is, like the smallest amount longer in one direction. And you know, I always put glue all around the edges. You definitely want that down. And then I come in, and wherever there's larger areas, I'll do that. And if I need to, I'll put glue on the back of my hand and just dab, dab, dab this into that glue so that the smaller parts will get the glue too, smaller areas, and then I'll just glue them down. If you want to place it under something heavy, like I did with the key that's nice and flat and straight, you can definitely do that. But I'll go ahead and take a moment to put all the layers together, and I'll be right back. So I have all of my decorative pieces here. Little glue still in the back of my hand, sorry about that. And I'm just gonna look and see, because like I said, it was a little bit different one way than the other. Yeah, so it goes this way, I can see that. So I'm just gonna lay these guys down. And again, some people like to do this before they put their boxes together. It's whatever you like, of course. And put that there. Okay, clearly these guys go here and here, right? They have like a little less than 1/4 of an inch like around them. This guy will glue in here, but I'll do that one in just a little bit. So I'll glue those guys, and then these guys go on this outer bit. So I just want to show you. Again, just the same amount of area around them. And this little guy has like a curve on one side that faces this way. Trying to put that on there nice and straight. Go. And then this other piece, and then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side, of course, facing the other way. And I'll come back and put in the bit that goes inside the box, that one little bit there. And I'm just looking at the straightness of this going across. That's what I'm checking out right now. Okay, and I'll do the same thing on this side. And I'll be back. It's still a little bit wet. I literally just put that last panel on, and I did one with the flourish kind of down here. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit different. And then this one in the opposite direction. You place them however you like. And we open this up, we'll have this guy right in the center here. And you know, the dies themselves have like a little bit of an embossed look, so you can kind of see where you're supposed to place these, because it literally makes a spot for it. On the other ones, on this one, I'll just know about how low to put it. From there, and then as far as that, I'm just going to eyeball the center. And move a little more this way. And then just above that, where the die kind of makes us an impression. And then I can check it out. It looks pretty good. I'll move it just a little bit over. And maybe there. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing on the other opposite side. Okay guys, and look how pretty and super sturdy it feels. It cuts out so quickly because although yes, we're decorating 4 sides, since the pieces are like 2 and 2 and 2, you can put as many on your cutting surface and run them through, and really in a couple passes you have pretty much everything cut, so that's really, really great. And moment of truth, we have our little key. Again, I kept it nice and sturdy and rigid, and this is the first time I'm putting it in here, so let's just, oh yeah, okay. So it goes through there, it goes through here, and it looks gorgeous, 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 right? So then your recipient can just bring this out, and when you open it up, your little gift or whatever that you put in there will just come up through here. I mean, how cute. And then I suppose if you want to leave it open and keep it open, you can then put the key right through. I can get over here, there it is, and it helps keep it up. So that's why you have those holes there. And again, that's kind of why I was like, I don't know that matters where the ribbon comes out of on that little inner shelf. So we have that. If you did it the opposite way, you still have holes for it. So again, it doesn't have to be exactly one way or the other as far as this box. But check that out. Super cool, really intricate, really fun and different. Yeah, super cute. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you, Tonic, for sending these items for review. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I will see you all at the next one. Oh my gosh, you guys, before I go, let me give you measurements. The outer box, it's about 3 inches, I would say. Just like shy of 3 inches, maybe 2 and 15/16 or something like that. And so when you open it up, I mean, the inner shelf is probably 1 inch deep, but whatever you place in there is going to kind of come up, so it's going to be up here. So you can definitely take advantage of the whole space there. So, alright guys, again, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all at the next one. Bye now.